Greetings and welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, today we have two stories. We're going to do the JULinux second, and the reason is I had to just pull up a lot of websites and information on our first story, which we are going to talk a little bit about Twitter. Really wants your phone numbers. And I always have to wonder, what is the motivation? What is the intention behind all of this? And I think it's a lot more nefarious than just, hey, let's keep your account secure, because as one group noted, digging through everything, account security was not even listed under their reasons. Now, of course, I have a Twitter on Switch to Linux here, and I have one on my Christian stuff at Our Walk in Christ, and I'm creating a new business, and I'm trying to get a Twitter account created for that, and it is just kind of crazy. So we're going to be looking at that tonight. We're going to look at the Twitter one first, and then we will dive into the JULinux after that. All right, so Paul. Hello there, Paul. Ben Fitzpatrick, greetings. Q and Fiend, hello there. I will call you Kot, my Russian friend. How are you? I think that's Russian anyway. Let's see. So Justin is planning to be here. Very cool. Well, any of the developers for JU, Ben will know who you guys are. I will allow you guys onto the show as well when I'm talking about this. And I'll give some feedback. This isn't my favorite Linux distribution. I'll tell you that up front. There are some good things it's doing. And we'll kind of dive into all of those, but I want you guys to be able to provide a little feedback. So any of the developers that Ben will know, I will get a Hangouts chat out to him just before we start in on this section here. So, all right, let's see. Andreas, how's it going there? Hello there. I believe you're a friend of Ben's. Welcome. Paul, how's it going? I think I already said hello to Paul. Let's see, anyone else in here that I'm missing? Let's see. Ricky, how's it going there, Ricky? Ricky, you want me to look at that online, or do you want me to just send you an email back? I think it was something about a SIM card. In many cases, as long as the SIM cards are compatible, you just have to take the existing SIM card out of the one phone and drop it into another one. But you might have to check with your carrier to know for sure, but be aware that your carrier is probably incompetent. So I'd just try that first. Let's see. Data Mullins, dude, how's it going there? Almost time to get the party started. Yeah, the party's already starting, yo. Fishman's gonna be the next Gen 2 convert. All right. Let's see. Quint Berkeley, how's it going there? Q and Fiend, hello there. Steve's very own, hello Steve. Greetings Vince, how's it going there? Did you upgrade to Silver Blue? Did I upgrade to Silver Blue? Just on the little banner at the top of my video there, you know. Let's see. The kitty just ate. Tom is cleaning up. I saw Captain Marvel. What? You saw Captain Marvel? I'm sorry. All right. Hello, Joe. How's it going there? Roberts. How's it going? Hello, hello. Azg. Greetings there. Mitchell. Hello. Syllaba boy. You're so silly. How's it going, my man? All right. Okay. Richard Addison. Hello to you. Pizza loving nerd. Pizza. How's it going there? Got hit by a car today. Pizza, don't be hit by a car. Are you okay, man? And of course, right after Pizza says he got hit by a car, just says, only if it's convenient. Was it convenient, Pizza? Come on. Paco Taco, how's it going there? Never heard of JULinux. All right. Also got your internet back. There we go. Very good. Crowman, how's it going there? AK-47 Elementary OS Linux will make my life happy. All right. Biking was on a back street. Some girl had her phone was also turning, and she hit my front tire, then stopped, and I was okay. Completely fine because she was going so slow since she was turning. But I did pop the chain off my bike, which had to be put back. Ooh, Bob the Hopper. How's it going there, Bob? Greetings. Try the first on the email through your website email message. Yeah, I saw it. I just don't always get a chance to respond right away. All right, let's go ahead and dive on into this Twitter nonsense, shall we? All right, let's see. All right, we will be getting to the JULinux second. So if you jumped on here looking for JULinux, that will be coming up next. And guys, if people are jumping in and asking what's up, I'll leave it up to you guys to reply in the chat because I'm going to start the record button and I'm not stopping until we hit back to the comments. So if somebody jumps in and asks about the JULinux, just let them know that we'll be doing that topic next. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, today I want to talk about Twitter because they really want your phone number, even though it's not their official policy. And I have to wonder, being a security and privacy guy, what's behind this? Where's the guy with the crazy gloves stroking the little kitty going, hee 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 hee? I'm not a big fan of any of the social media, you guys know this, but unfortunately with running some businesses that I do, it is something that we might actually want to use from time to time just to, just basically to keep up to date. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter. In fact, I absolutely hate it, but it's one of the only mainstream ones that I actually will have an account with. But I've been having this little issue recently, and this actually comes down to the fact that the background story of this is I'm getting ready to launch my publishing consultancy firm, and this is something I've been working on for about 9 or 10 months now. We're fully incorporated into an LLC at this point. The services we're going to offer, we can publish, but we're not set up for that yet. Mostly we're going to be doing consultation and cover designs, interior print designs, all that basic stuff. The cool thing for you guys that like to do this kind of stuff, there will be a specific YouTube channel just for the fine nitty-gritty details, these types of things. But what I'm doing on this is I am creating a series of social media sites. Of course, we have YouTube, Twitter, SoundCloud. This is Wattpad, which there's not a fancy icon for, Tumblr, and the basic contact stuff. And the problem is, if you attempt to go into Twitter, you get this right now. Caution, account temporarily restricted. You're seeing this warning because there's been some unusual activity. Do you still want to view it? What's this unusual activity? Nothing. Nothing. See, Twitter has been doing this thing for about a year now where they're really trying to tie every account to phone numbers. Now, it's not their official policy. Their official policy is you can verify your account via an email or you can verify your account via a phone number. If you verify your account via an email, you'll get the email, you enter in your validation, and then the very next time you log into Twitter, you're going to get this notice on the back end that says, you need to enter a phone number for verification because there's been unusual activity. And in fact, what does the unusual activity say? Well, I have the text of the email right here, and let me show you what that's going to look like. So the text of the email right here, of course, this was as of last Friday. I'm recording this on the following Wednesday, so this is, about 5 or 6 days out. You need to reset, if you need to reset your password because of it, enter over here, blah, blah, blah. If your Twitter account is suspended or locked and you're unable to access it, please log into your account and use this link here. So, of course, I went in there and filled that information out, and I have not heard a single thing back in 5 days. So, when you fill out that form above, it will send you an auto-generated email here. Your account appears to have exhibited automated behavior that violates Twitter rules. Okay, so what are the Twitter rules? I don't know. Let's go ahead and have a look at these automated Twitter rules. This is an account. There's nothing on it. Violence, terrorism, violent extremism, child abuse, exploitation, abuse, harassment, hateful content, suicide, self-harm, sensitive media, illegal certainties. Obviously, nothing of that sort because there's nothing on the account. Platform manipulation and spam. Electron integrity. I mean, man, you got to be a quantum physicist to mess with the electron integrity around here. I'm telling you. Impersonation and copyright or trademark. So obviously none of that actually would apply to my account because there's nothing on it yet. I created it as a corporate account. I created several different accounts, and then I went back into patch in the data, brand everything, get everything all set up, throw a few tweets out there. Hello world, I exist. And when that had occurred, I have been perpetually locked out ever since. So in order to use it, log into your account. You'll see the prompt letting you know your account has been locked. Click start, and then enter your phone number. See, here's the problem. The reason we are having this issue is Twitter's official policy. They do not need a phone number. So let's go ahead and jump over to these. Let's go ahead and hit sign up on Twitter. So you can come over here, enter your name, whatever that happens to be, and under phone number, you have this option here, use email instead. So if I enter my email address, okay, and they're going to send you an email, and you're going to get a verification code. It's like a 6-digit verification code. You enter that, and your account is confirmed. The problem is the very next time you attempt to sign on to Twitter, they're going to lock it, and they absolutely 100% unequivocally want the phone number anyway. Now, what's going on? Well, some people have blamed this as Twitter is a left-wing liberal cesspool and they're just targeting conservatives. Maybe they know I'm a conservative, maybe they don't. They'd have to be doing some pretty extreme things to determine that, being is that I really don't post seriously conservative content. And I really don't interact with Twitter a lot, and I usually just throw it to say, hey, I have a new video, here it is. And so this is Mashable, which is basically claiming hundreds of conservatives users are falsely named bots. Of course, you know, it's this whole left versus right thing. I think this is a bunch of balderdash. A thing on Reddit, of course, Twitter is forcing me to add my phone number as of 1 year ago. How can I stop this? Of course, a lot of this advice is, oh, sign up for Google Voice. Sign up for this. No, people, once the company says, you've got to give us a phone number, look for every other option. If they will not give you another option, you stop using the service. And that's what it's going to turn into, is if we cannot get this Twitter account activated by the time I'm ready to launch my corporate website, Twitter will not be on my corporate website. It just won't be there. I'm not going to be sitting here fighting in the background. These guys are unscrupulous morons. They are allowing you to sign up for an account with a validated email. I have went through there. I have validated the email. I have went through their contact forms. I sent them a message saying the form is validated, and I have not heard anything. Only crickets for over 5 days now. That is completely unacceptable for a platform which, by the way, constitutional rights have basically said, hey, since the president is on this, I, as an American citizen, have the right to a Twitter account. Believe it or not, that is effectively what the court ruling said. I'm not sure I want to go down those legal paths, but it's an argument to be said. So the most intriguing thing that I've seen is actually this post here, which is twirspz.wordpress.com. I don't know who this guy is. I haven't a clue. But I read this and I was like, this is a very interesting, compelling argument. So basically what this author is surmising is that Twitter is simply engaging in locking accounts as a ransom racket, and the ransom is your phone number. Why? Well, because with your phone number, and by the way, the terms and conditions say nothing about security of your account. Everything is about the ability to reach you by phone. And I don't want Twitter to reach me by phone, okay? I don't attach phone numbers to anything. Nothing gets attached to phone numbers. They are public information. They are too easy to spoof. They are too easy to compromise. They're too easy to steal. It is the worst thing in the world. You never attach anything to a phone number. It is completely insecure. Don't do it. I'd rather have no external authentication than to have a cell phone onto something. Okay, now what do you use? Two-factor chips. You can use two-factor apps on your cell phone is generally an okay way to go, but you don't want to attach your phone number specifically to it. So what this author surmises here is that they are trying to basically, it's a ransom pin. They've like, whoever's going to have a Twitter account, everyone's going to have a Twitter account now. It becomes this way to steal everybody's phone number. And no, Twitter, you're not going to get my phone number. If you cannot unlock my account and allow me to use it with a verified email, then I guess my corporate website will not have a Twitter account. Screw you. There's other options out there in the world. All right. So, what's this guy say? Now, he's going through a series of tweets of all things. What the irony? My account was locked. I had to give the phone number. That's ridiculous. No, you know what the ridiculous thing is? The fact that you felt you needed to give them the phone number. You know, walk away. Here's a tip in negotiating. Whoever keeps the walkaway power wins the negotiation. Okay. So, of course, anything that doesn't have a phone number verified to it. Now, by the way, the other Twitter accounts that I have do not have phone numbers attached to them. They do have emails. Now, the Switch to Linux one, they did give me this issue, and I went through this process, and within 24 hours, they allowed me access to that. If you guys remember back when I had taken that break for a week to work on the background and the back-end branding, and I launched all the social accounts, built some new screens and things like that. If you remember the thing, I'm not sure if the bird is going to land. That's what I was dealing with, is this issue. Only this case, this is my official incorporated LLC. Documents are filed with the U.S. government, and they have locked me out of that Twitter account. And they're not getting a phone number, period. So they will either open it or we won't use Twitter. Which, by the way, I am talking with somebody about doing another option, and maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. So he says, your account appears to have exhibited automated behavior that violates Twitter rules, and we've locked your account because we've detected some unusual activity. What unusual activity is this? I created an account, and then I came back to it a few hours later to add the branding and the images and the things when I had some more time. What's unusual? Creating an account and then not automatically, I'm addicted already. No. Slow down, people. Slow down. All right. So, of course, what he's basically saying is Twitter's just gagging to bug you with texts and mine your phone's data. In the defense to the contrary, as long as you don't put Twitter on your phone, they're not going to mine your data, but they could annoy the bejeebers out of you with texts, and I'm not securing anything with a phone anyway. If you provide us with the phone number, you agree to receive text messages to that number from us. That is in the privacy policy, which, by the way, doesn't have anything else to do about safeguarding your account. Twitter just wants to be able to spam you with messages. Which, by the way, I hate text messaging. When you send me text messages, you probably won't get a reply. I don't like texting, period. I hate it. It is an abomination to me. Very simple, very basic stuff. Every now and again is okay. You want to talk to me? Call me on the phone. You will either get my voicemail, in which case I will probably call you back, or I'll pick up the phone. You text me, it actually interferes with my day. So here's just a few more things. 5 minutes, my account was locked because I didn't give a phone number. Now they're talking about the prevalence between 2015, 2017, the number of tweets from real people complaining about being locked out of Twitter for apparent automation. Unusual suspicious activity did not diminish. It noticeably increased. What does this suggest? Well, a cynic might say it suggests that far from being keen to correct flawed system, Twitter has in fact re-engineered the trap to catch more genuine users, to hold more real users to ransom. All right. So in denying real users access to their accounts, Twitter is effectively seizing those accounts' content, a content which Twitter's own terms of service state it does not own. So here's a line for it indicating that you own your content. But of course, if you do not give them the phone number, you cannot even get in there and delete that content. And that's what this author is arguing. So they will automatically block you from doing anything and everything. Of course, they give you that, ooh, scary sign. This user has a... I think, what? Yeah. So what led to it? Appears I have logged in too quickly after logging out of other accounts within the same browser. See, that never happens with me because I only access Twitter from Chromium on this computer. I only access Twitter from Chromium on the computer under a different user account for the Christian stuff, and the corporate also has its own separate user account. So, that being said, that's kind of what goes on. Now, ultimately, what is the concern here? In fact, I was telling my cousin this today, and he's like, well, you can just, get a voicemail service. I said, no, that's not the point. The point is you never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, attach anything important to a phone number. Why? Well, from Forbes, hackers are hijacking phone numbers and breaking into email and to bank accounts and how to protect yourself. So if you have a cell phone, use Gmail, Yahoo, iCloud, Dropbox, Evernote, Facebook, Twitter, and the websites of banks and countless other web services, you are at risk of being hacked, having your money stolen, and sensitive information being exposed and blackmailed. With just your phone number and a little bit of what's called social engineering, in which the hacker doesn't necessarily need technical knowledge, but just to convince a customer service rep that they are you, a maliciously intended person, can break into and have access to all of the above accounts and more. What are they doing? Well, they're stealing the numbers. They can interfect. In fact, you don't even have to do this anymore. You don't even have to do this social engineering. All you need to do is have a very well-crafted message, because when you go to log into something that verifies with a text message, then they can actually be attempting to log into your account. They get the message. They send a spoofed message to you immediately, and a number of people that will send that message back is quite staggering. They've still stolen your number because they're relying on your phone as being the one unhackable thing, and the reality is it's the most hackable thing you have. All right. So, I mean, you can get social security numbers. Well, thanks to Equifax, if you're in America and an adult, they already have it. They're simply going to go in, use your Gmail or online bank, tries to log in, hit the forget the password. It gets the phone text or the code texted to your phone number. Now, a lot of this has to do with security, which is what they said that Twitter is not specifically doing. But the point is, utilizing your phone number on your accounts is the least secure thing you can do. How you can institute it? Well, institute a passcode on the account, which, by the way, does not generally work. A social engineering hack can get around that PIN number. Use a mobile carrier-specific email address to access that account. This is a tip that is somewhat useful. Using a variety of different email addresses. This is why I do not use the big name email providers. I get my own domain name, I buy my own little server, and I can spin up an email address just for banks. I can spin up another one just for social accounts. I can spin up another one just for family. I can spin up another one for spam. I can spin up all these addresses, and it works so much better. That way, if one account is compromised, it doesn't compromise the integrity of other more important, more sensitive tips. Disable online access to your wireless account. Yeah, good luck with that. Tell your carrier you'd like to require that changes to your account be only made in person with a photo ID. Good luck with that. Try Google Voice. This goes back to that whole thing, which sure might be a way around some of this kind of stuff. And then attacking it, create high entropy passwords, blah, blah, blah. Of course, don't use online password managers. Don't answer security questions truthfully. This is a huge one, people. I love security questions on websites. I think this is one of the greatest two-factor authentication methods, but you do not use real information. Like, the most famous old one is, what's your mother's maiden name? Well, thank you, Facebook. I can tell you anybody's mother's maiden name these days. But you make up information, and you do not use the same information on any two accounts. Security questions are your best. In fact, I closed a bank account recently because they changed a policy requiring a phone number, and I said, hey, I have this account secured with security questions. That's what I want to use. Nope, we got to have a phone number. Close the account. Close it right now. I'm gung-ho about this crap. Do not connect your main phone number, the one you protected, via the steps above, unless it's managed by Google Voice to sensitive accounts. Amen to that. Yes, Forbes knows what they're talking about. Use a one-time passcode generators. All right, that's not bad. Use a security key. These are the UB keys, FIDO keys. Excellent way to use it. The unfortunate thing is not a lot of accounts tie into those yet. All right. Oh, biometric authentication. Burn it with fire. No, we don't want to do that. So that's kind of my thought. Twitter is trying to do spammy things in order to access phone numbers. People resist. Twitter is not important enough to compromise your life's data for it. They want to come along and say, give me your phone number. Tell them no. I will verify with an email address. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. Alrighty, so there's There's number 1. So now if you just jumped on, we'll be looking at JULinux in a few minutes. I'm going to read through about half the comments, and then we are going to get some developers on the phone here with me so that we can have them, anyone that would like to join in, jump on in during this. Okay. Didn't even need ice. Literally didn't get hurt at all. Yeah. Install Network Manager in Gen 2. No. Oh. Never feel any urgency to upgrade CentOS. Yeah, that's pretty much how CentOS goes. It's just a machine. It just goes. You update it when you need to build something new. You don't really update something. All right. Probably want to sell your number to make money. That's my guess. Yep. I'm staying with CentOS 6.10 until end of life next November. There you go. I don't know if my server's on 6 or 7. Not completely sure. Oh. My brother just went on. If you want a dual stream, my brother's on at twitch.tv/MabisGames. If you would love to see interesting genetics in action, boot up his stream on one window, boot up mine on the other. We are complete opposites. Total opposites. Me and my brother are complete and total opposites. It's quite funny. So if you would like to see the entire argument of nature versus nurture be completely destroyed on every single front, just watch his stream at the same time. Someone reported me for being under 13 on Twitter, so I got banned even though I'm turning 14 in 2 months, so now they want identification. Yeah, nope, not worth it. Not worth it. These guys, it is a conspiracy. These guys, PayPal's doing it. Like, I'm sorry, if we do business on PayPal, I can't send you money on PayPal because PayPal wants proof of my ID and where I physically live. No, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. I have a legal address at the post office. It's a legal address. That's the one the federal government uses to reach out to me in mail. You can use that or you don't get my business. I'm sorry, I'm hardcore. I pay for cash with things, people. And that's what I recommend you do as well. I love technology, but I'm not going to be ruled by it. Linux 7's already better than guys twice his age. Yep, absolutely, yes. Pizza, check out Pizza Lovin' Nerd's channel. He's got some great stuff over there. Need help to make a backup on Thunderbird. Any chance you have a video about it? Make a backup of Thunderbird. Just go into your home directory, and there's a .thunderbird file. Just copy that. You can take that onto any new computer and drop it in. There might be 2 of them, but I think Evolution has 2 folders. Thunderbird has 1. Take the .thunderbird file, copy that into a safe location that contains all your Thunderbird data. You can literally drop that exact folder into any new computer that has Thunderbird installed, and it will automatically be back up and running again. Necessarily bad thing. Twitter wants to verify you're a person rather than a bot. I'm thinking it's harder for a bot to have a phone number, though not impossible. That's true, but it's also bots generally will not respond to replies in their emails. That's what verifying the account via email does, is it verifies that you're not a bot. Okay, glad I've been banned by most social media sites, even Twitter for my pro-Christian, pro-firearm and opinions. Yep. Electron, don't you mean election? Oh, did I say electron? Hey, man, I was a chemist. That probably did say election. But, hey, I saw electron. What can I say? If I remember it all, I'm going to make a joke about myself in the post-edit. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Mastodon. Burner phone with prepaid SIM to get on social media accounts. See, that, but again, Crowman, that is giving in. We got to not give in. We've got to stand firm and say no. When half their user base says no, they're going to stop requiring it. But we're number, Twitter, Facebook, and then we give it all up. We give it all up. We got to stop. You've got to draw a line in the sand somewhere and say no. Or else you are a lamb to the slaughter. Twitter, you're fired. That's right. Okay. Another subject. Why is everyone all of a sudden hating on GNOME? I don't know. I've always hated on GNOME. All right. I think it's very possible people are hating on GNOME because of the evil GNOME extension virus. That's probably the case. Cat Gamer greetings. I don't hate GNOME, just strongly dislike it. Yep. Not a fan of texting. Yeah, family gets irritated for not. Yes, Goldman Sachs Group. Yeah, Goldman Sachs Group can go jump in a lake. Texting is generational. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's probably it leans toward a generational thing, but it's not entirely. The kid that I mentor is 19, and he's not a fan of texting either. Drives him crazy, in fact. Haven't checked voicemail in years. How do you register to switch to Linux account on Twitter then? Email verification, and within a few hours, they open it back up. This one, I'm just doing this video because it's been 5 days. I got to get this account up, you know? Yeah, you can register for an account without it. Bad actor can easily switch your phone number. Yep. Call the phone provider. They gave the hacker a detail. She had to prove she was actually her. Just get her number back. Yep. All right, we're getting to the bottom of the comments, so give me a second, guys. I need to set up a Hangouts call because some of the developers of JULinux are going to jump on. So give me just a moment to get that out. What do we do? We'll do this. Copy link. What's up, kitty? All right. Hey, kitty. I'm actually a little busy right now. I'm sorry, I can't pick you up. Whoops. Wrong button. Right, and email, and okay, so that link has been sent out to Ben, and Ben can send that out to any of the JULinux people, and then we will be doing that one. Yes, kitty, you can come up now. Come on. Come on. People want to see you. People want to see the kitty. All right. All right. Best security so far is a 10-digit code sent by a keygen or paper. Yeah, sent by a keygen or paper. Phone is insecure. Yep. Mentioned how weak phone numbers are. Yep, too easy to compromise. All right. Shopkeeper today on Facebook. He rang me. Favorite news website for tech? Probably Ars Technica. Okay. The problem with using a... Hey, how's it going? I'm not turning on a camera just because of extra cameras and stuff right now, but as long as you can hear me, that's fine. And I'm going to mute you for everyone else. So, okay, right now I can hear you guys, but nobody else can. I'm just going to go through a few more of these comments, then we will jump on. Okay. All right. So who do we have? Let me see. Can I see who's on? Is it just you, Mania, right now? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying is you can't just create a Twitter account with a fake email because you have to verify the email address. So, all right, Kat, you're driving me crazy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you so everyone can hear you now. So, all right, is Quint leaving? Bye, Quint. All right, can't understand why you're using rotten services such as Facebook and Twitter. Can't you stay away from that garbage?
I have problems with that because it's not that I like Facebook, Tom. It's the fact that all my family's on there and all this and that.
I won't use Facebook. No Facebook product. I use Twitter and other social media things because of business. That's it. I do not use any of them personally. I cannot stand them. If you follow them, in fact, you know I don't do banter. I don't do memes. I don't go, hey, I just saw this today. I say, hey, new video posted. That's it.
Yeah, I get that. Well, you know, I've got family on there and dozens of friends and all this other junk. If I didn't have those dozens of people on there, I wouldn't be on it. Hello, Justin.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, how's it going, my man?
Tom, and he's looking at our distro for us.
All right. So I'm not turning on a camera today just because of just this is not my setup where I generally do cameras and stuff, but everyone can hear you right now. We're live. I'm just going through comments right now, and then we'll.
Yeah, Justin, we were having a Twitter debate just a bit ago. We were having a discussion that they're trying to use people's phone numbers for verification reasons.
Yep.
I'm like, what's the point of this crap?
All right. So I installed JULinux on a virtual machine and ran through some of the install scripts. And so,
did you run the finish install script?
Which one? Yes, I ran the finish install.
Yeah. We have been trying to come up with a GUI way for that. Unfortunately, we don't have that right now, so it's just a terminal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be one of my criticisms as we look at it. And I have a number of criticisms. I hope you guys don't mind, but it's
that's okay.
It's in the nature of saying this is what I think. So
right. Well, the reason we left all that stuff in the finish install is partly because we wanted to keep the ISO size to a minimum.
Yeah. And I think that's good. What's the download size again? I don't remember.
It was 1.1 gig.
1.1. Okay, which is actually pretty good because once you run the final script, it's actually not too bad. What I should do, I think, is I should start recording. Well, I'm going to go through a few more comments here, and then we're going to start the video.
Here's the thing. We've been trying to get user feedback a lot on what software we want to include because here's the thing. It's a user-dependent distro. I mean, it's just like a side project for us, and we love doing it, but the problem with it is we just never know what to include because we don't exactly know what people want, right, Justin?
Well, the whole goal is to make something that's going to be really easy for Windows users to switch over to that kind of feels at home with like Windows XP and that sort of thing.
Right. And we want to give people alternatives to the old crutch of Windows XP because we feel like they're not moving quick enough to, Linux, and we want to give them an option that, is pre-set up for them, has something that they just feel right at home with. Like you said.
People have been begging us to slim it down and just make it faster, and that's something with previous versions. We included a lot more software to make it more usable. People were complaining about that, so that's why we put the stuff in the finish install.
Right. They also complained that there was a lot of multiples of stuff. So hopefully in our next ISO, which is I don't know when that's going to be. We don't have an ETA on that right now because Justin's got a lot of other personal crap going on. So hopefully in our next revision, we will have a Mac version as well for those who want to switch off of Mac OS to Linux. And also we plan to do another version, but with less multiples in there, which is something I think we should do.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions coming in from this, so I'm just going to ask these questions and you guys can answer them. First one, I know the answer to this, obviously, but just because of the name, is this from Israel?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
And it stands for Just Use Linux, right? Not JULinux, right? So it's Just Use Linux.
Right.
Okay. The second question here is definitely more serious of a question. So what is the point of JULinux?
Well, like I said before, the whole point is just to try to make something simple for Windows users, and I've been very successful at that. Getting Windows users to either dual boot with Linux, and then once they do, they usually just get rid of Windows or just don't boot up in Windows anymore, or just replace Windows. And I've been very successful, with people I've talked to and getting them to switch a lot more than trying to get them to switch to Ubuntu or something else like that.
And what do you think is the reason people are more comfortable switching?
Well, it's just more that, it has like basically a start button and a start menu, basically like Windows, and things are relabeled and named to be, really easy and intuitive to figure out. You don't have to even go out and figure out, what programs to install. You just run the finish install and you have a basic, group of programs that you're going to need to run your machine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I would agree, Tom. I mean, that's part of the reason I'm on the board with him is because, he makes such a nice looking, amazing, easy distro. And heck, I'm planning to even throw it on my Dell laptop here. But, my friend Andy in the chat, he makes a very good point that we have to include some kind of easy gaming like DXBK and eSync and all these other things into it, so that way, people have an easier time getting their Windows games and other things if they need it installed.
Yep. So my biggest question is, when are you going to update the website? Because so a few of the early criticisms I had looking through this is there's really no information on the site. It does link to some YouTube videos, but I don't think your average person is going to sit there and watch all the YouTube videos, especially the first one I saw was like an hour long. And so I skimmed through it a little bit, and I did not watch all of it. Obviously, some of the branding it looks like the site was set up in the 90s and really hasn't been changed much since then. Is that about right?
Yeah, well, another criticism that I have is Justin's website. Go ahead.
Well, one of the problems that we had is that when we switched over to like WordPress or PHP, MySQL-based website, for whatever reason, the server that we hosted on, people were able to hack into the web admin for that site and crash the site and make it unrepairable. And so the reason we were using HTML and basic stuff using Linux tools was just because it's not crashable. We haven't had anybody hack into it yet. But yeah, as far as putting more information there, that's something that I could find time to do if people told me, what they were looking for, what information they want.
Biggest piece of information I wanted to know, and I didn't see it. And I know what it is. I know the answer, but nowhere on the site did I find what is it based on. Of course, it's based on Ubuntu, but I don't see that anywhere. Actually, I had to run my terminal script to see what exactly it was based on.
It should be in the README file. It should be.
Is it in the README? Yeah. Okay. Maybe I didn't see it when I was looking too. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start recording and introduce this segment here, because what I do is the live streams we catch on and do a little bit more banter, but I actually record a section that will be released later. So I'll go ahead and get started on that part. Oh wait, hold on. Before I do that, I need to change my title. I don't want to do JULinux with a title that says something about Twitter.
Twitter handle, yeah.
All right. Let's see. There you are. Replace. There we go. JULinux. Quick look. Now we're good. All right. So, and I think I have where I'm going there. So let's go ahead and jump back over here and start recording. Welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, today we're going to have a look at JULinux, and I have the head developer on the line right now, and also Ben, who also is one of the developers as well. And we're going to have a look at this. Hello, guys. How are you guys doing?
I'm taking ass and having fun.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to have a look at JULinux. There's some things about this that I really like. There's a few criticisms we have as well, but we're going to go ahead and have a look. And let's go ahead and start with the website. So if you're watching this now, you can see the website. This is why I said kind of in the pre-show discussion, yeah, the website definitely does look a little bit old. And one of the challenges is there's not a lot of info. There's YouTube videos, which I'm sure are very informative. But as far as information, the installation is good. There are a lot of really good documentation, particularly when you boot it up. There is on the desktop a documentation thing that will tell you how to use it. They are telling you, and this is good, hey, we are telling you this is going to uninstall Windows, but please go ahead.
Yeah.
Get rid of Windows. This is the only distribution I've yet ever seen that runs Waterfox as the primary web browser. That is awesome. We'll get into that in a bit. You can support them. There are links for PayPal, for Patreon, and for GoFundMe, and you can send a cash or check payment over as well. And so this is based on Ubuntu, and the current one is Ubuntu 18.04. It's Ubuntu Mate, specifically.
And folks, we do support
any other thoughts?
32-bit computers.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was actually the guy behind the idea of the 32-bit version, Tom, and I helped contribute to that, didn't I, Justin?
Sure. Yeah.
Now, are you gonna keep 32-bit when Ubuntu pretty much drops 32-bit?
Well, as long as they have a mini installer for it, we will.
Well, yeah, that's a goal anyway. In fact, I actually want to try to do an i386, but I haven't really found the time or the determination and ambition to do it yet.
Now, would you, because Ubuntu's dropping that in the next LTS, but my question for you is, any thoughts about jumping back to Debian, which is maintaining the 32-bit?
Well, the only issue I've had with jumping back to Debian is that there has been some issues with package and repositories not working between both systems, and certain packages not being available, for just pure Debian, and that was one struggle in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with Debian 10, Justin, we may have a better luck with it.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see.
I click the link, and I get when I click the download link on the page, I actually get server not found.
Oh,
so better fix that guy.
I know whose problem that is. I think.
All right. So I clicked the when you go ahead and click on the link there. So of course if you use the little download above the big orange buttons. Let's see. Second one works, so the 32-bit works. The first one doesn't. Oh, you know why? Because there's the JULinux .linuxfreedom.com. I think you need to get rid of that part on the 64-bit. So when you land on this page, you can download. There's instructions. You can download a PDF file, and then I don't like this download page. I don't think this is your page, right?
No, the Linux Freedom, we were actually using that, and they just changed their website. There was a bunch of problems, and we no longer have control over that. So I could change those links, just go straight to SourceForge or something. Yeah,
that's what I'd recommend, just because for me, I got this. I'm like, I want to download, and I could not find the download button. It's this little HTTP protocol button right here. So if you're downloading this, you want to grab this guy. So this is the latest one. There's a few older ones there as well. So just be aware if you're downloading this now to test it out. These guys need some of your feedback. Grab it. It's this little HTTP protocol is going to download that. But that's what I'd recommend is, since these are going to SourceForge anyway, right? I'd go ahead and link these directly to SourceForge on the site. That would be the best thing, I think, there.
Yeah.
Any other discussion while we boot up the actual virtual machine, and we'll show everyone what this looks like?
Go ahead. We'll we have. I'm just thinking out of my brain, but you know, one thing we might add in the future, like I said, is the DXPK and the eSync packages by default. And we also plan to hopefully make a Mac specific version, with some different icon themes and etc. Make it look more Mac centric, and that way Mac users feel right at home in their desktop and that sort of thing. Still with the Mate base, but yeah.
Sure, which you could do without even changing it off of Mate, just change the panels around a little bit.
Yeah, because we have to put a plank dock at the bottom, and then yes, Andy, yes, Andy, we will make a gaming version of that for sure.
All right. So here on the login screen, of course, and so of course we have our floating tux there. And when we boot into this guy, it'll take just a second here to boot up. And again, this is based on Ubuntu Mate. And so the theming, now to me, the theming does look a little bit old. That might just be because I think Mate itself looks a little bit old personally. But like I said, one of the cool things about it is it actually has WaterFox by default as the chief web browser. All right. When you install it, the basic installation is you're going to get it's kind of installs a minimal, and then you have this finish install JULinux, which installs all of your extras, which includes, it has media codecs, DVD codecs. I saw it has Google Chrome in there, LibreOffice, GIMP, I think. What else is in that script?
Just basically a whole bunch of things like Flash and codecs and pretty much anything that a Windows user shouldn't be expected to have to figure out how to install on their own. That's the idea.
Yeah. And of course, the only downside is it's basically a bash script, and so it runs on terminal.
Yep. Yeah. And for you gamers out there, it does have Wine included, Play on Linux, all those things.
Now, this is another, and I think those were installed first, right, by the system. If I would put those in that install script, because I am a big advocate of never installing Wine on a Linux computer unless you specifically know you want to.
Right.
Those are in the finish installer. They're not installed by default.
Those are in there. Okay, I missed. I was trying to see what all that had in it, and I did not see it was there.
It doesn't have those by the default install. Those are post install.
Okay. Now, when I first boot this up, every time I get this one here, configure directory for incoming files does not exist. If you guys are watching the video there, you'll actually be able to see that. I'm guessing it's just in my home directory. I just probably need to create the downloads. No, downloads is there. Home owner downloads. So it is giving us this error.
That must be a bug with the remaster program we use.
The browser's giving him an error?
The which one?
The browser's giving you the error?
No, every time you boot into the desktop, I get this error pops up. Right.
And what does it say?
Loads.
What does it say?
It says configured directory for incoming files does not exist. Please ensure the directory home/user/downloads does not exist. Now, it does appear that, of course, I'm using home/Jul, so it's not mapping. It's not mapping the username correctly to the home directory is what it looks like it's doing.
I see.
That's my guess.
That's the first time we've encountered that, but thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Test it out on a virtual machine. Maybe it's a virtual machine thing.
I don't know.
But that's been consistently popping up. So you can see the theming. It's clearly Ubuntu. When you open it up, you can kind of clearly see the Ubuntu look to it. And I've never been a big fan of this menu for a build, just because it doesn't have the modern features like a basic search function and things like that. Now, like I said, when you first install this, it installs a minimal, and you don't have to go through and select those. So the installation is actually pretty cool. And then you run this finish install, which loads all those extra codecs, which does give you Wine and Play on Linux and things like that.
Yes.
we also now we do have the Bible guide on here. This is something a lot of people have asked me about, and I should probably do a video on it at some point in time. Now, I'm a geek. I actually study my Bible with concordances and paper Bibles and stuff. But this guy here is no Bibles installed. Let's go ahead and click that. See if I can remember how to use this application. Now, the other things, we have the control center, which of course is kind of like the control panel. So this is what they said at the beginning of the show, is that this is really, they did have renamed and put icons on the desktop that are things that a Windows user might be looking at. Here's another thing you guys might do is have something that when somebody walks through the finish install, have it remove this script from the desktop.
Yeah, that's something that's in the works.
Okay, excellent.
We will fix that as we go on.
Well, one reason actually that's a little bit dangerous is because if the user crashes in the middle, or they close it or something, and they want to start the installer again, that might be. So we might have to put that at the end of this thing and say, "Would you like to delete the icon?"
That's acceptable. That's an acceptable thing, and you don't have to delete it from the system. Just get it off the desktop for people that don't like desktops.
Yeah.
We'll have that as an optional. They can press yes or no or whatever they want.
Yep. Yep.
We do plan to have a. Hang on. We do plan to have a whatchamacallit, a graphical interface at some point for the finish install script.
Yeah, we'd like help with that. We're definitely not know-it-alls. We want help.
Yeah, if anyone out there knows how to do all that kind of stuff and has the spare time, reach out to these guys. They could definitely use some of that help.
We'll leave our emails and our social media pages to you, Tom, to include at the end of the stream.
All right, sounds good. And so, of course, the uninstall software goes to Synaptic. Now, could you guys map this to a better installer? Like, I like Synaptic personally, but a person who's just switching has no idea what they're looking at.
I'm going to recommend that we include the Ubuntu or the GNOME Software Center, because I find that really helpful. You're right.
Well, the problem I had with some of the more graphical ones was that on slower computers, which is what I test this on to make sure it's going to work on slower computers, some of those won't even launch. Like, I've tried them.
Try the Mint installer. That's one that's packaged with Peppermint, and it works flawlessly. And I run, my writing computer is a Lenovo S21E, which is a dual-core, just above microprocessor and 2 gigs of RAM. Thing runs flawlessly. So check out the Mint installer for that. I think that's one of the better ones anyway. That way, like, I like Synaptic, but a new user's like, oh, I'm going to install software. What am I looking at? That's the downside, but it's not otherwise not bad.
Yeah, I think that, I think we need a graphical software manager. You're right. And we could just call it, instead of Synaptic, we could put that on the desktop instead, and then
correct. Just I love the title, because you're capturing that Windows audience and install and uninstall software. It's I just, when someone boots up, they should at least be able to go in there and go, wow, there's actually stuff in here, and there's a search bar, and I can, and I can see pictures. That's what I think a lot of new users want. Of course, there's an instructions on the desktop, which this actually mostly walks through since this walks pretty much just through the installation. So why is this still on the desktop after the installation?
Right.
What is the what the README?
The instructions.
So, the instructions file. I don't know. I think that's something we need.
Okay, just the first half of it's the install. Second half is the install script. Okay, yeah, I see it. I understand that. Yeah. No problems there. All right.
Yeah, it's just something there in case people need like a reminder or something like that.
Well, you can also view it in live mode. That's the other thing is if you're going to install from live mode, the instructions are there.
Yeah. I loved the fact for sure they were on the live CD. I'm just not completely sure why they stayed after the install, but I think we understand it now.
Well, the live tools we use to build the thing well, they don't even work right anymore. We had to hack them like crazy to get them to work. But that's one of the things is whatever's on the desktop in the live version is what's on the desktop in the finished version.
Okay.
Yeah, because the
Good
live
enough.
version is supposed to be a mirror clone of what's installed.
It's
Okay,
supposed to be.
Yeah,
All right, so talk to me about the software that you've installed. What is on here that is installed before and what is on here installed after the finished script? So like, obviously some of your basic Mate tools are all going to be installed by default. Play on Linux and Wine Tricks, he said those were installed by the finish install script.
Those
Right?
are installed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
then
there's also Chromium is brought in by the finish installer.
right.
Waterfox is on the 64-bit. The 32-bit is plain Firefox because
Right.
there isn't a Waterfox 32-bit build, so we had to figure those differently. Technomage, Mitchell, we don't have a mobile version right now.
Nope.
We probably won't. Be working itself in its work.
What about Audacity, Kden Live? Are those installed by the script or are those defaults?
Those are installed by the script. That would be huge. I mean, because that installs like I think KDE Live installs KDE and a bunch of other requirements, and yeah, that would be huge.
Yeah, and I know LibreOffice is installed by the script.
Whoa, my phone's ringing.
Uh-oh. Just
Okay, all right. I muted you for everyone for a second there. That was loud.
Yeah.
All right. My apologies, everybody. All right. If you could hear that, you don't need your ears checked. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else
Joe,
you want me
like
to
that idea.
show?
I'll talk to Justin on it.
Yeah. Anything else that you guys would like me to show or highlight in this?
Yeah. Carlton, we might consider that. It will just take some work, but we might consider that. And Andy, adding crossover. The only concern is that with that is the fact that we don't have like a universal license that we could distribute with that.
Well, the only thing I'd like to add, I guess, is that we've discovered that by using the Mate interface and installing very minimal stuff on there, it runs pretty fast on old computers, which is why this version says "Make your computer great again." Because
yes, that was I think our best tagline yet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right. And it is my understanding, Justin, that you are a believer in our Lord Jesus Christ. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. Very good. I always support that on this channel because I am one of those as well. So,
yeah, excellent. I'm a believer in that too, Tom. Not as heavily as most people, but I do believe in him. So,
all right.
I just want to point that out.
All right. So this is JULinux. So it is designed specifically with the idea of refreshing an older PC. I do like the fact that it's very novel in that it installs a very minimal operating system to start, which means it's a much smaller download.
Go to the script
and then you need to run an install script so that then it will pull in. Now, when we run that install script, and we can run that again, right? I can go ahead and install that again.
If you want to.
So let me just go ahead and show you guys what this does. So it is basically like a terminal-ish type thing. I really hate in Mate not being able to do that. There we are. No, let me see if I can. I'm trying to get that bigger. My apologies, guys. I will not be able to get that bigger. If I remember in post-editing, I'll make this bigger. But basically, it's going to be a script. They want to confirm. Now, one of the things is that I'm not sure a new user is going to know what a installs.sh file is and to know what it does. So maybe I would probably think about changing the language in that. But that being said, when you say, yes, we agree to this, we're going to do this, and then it's going to go through and run a finish installer. So it's just basically some information. There's some legal stuff in there because, of course, legal stuff. And then you've read the licenses, sure. And then you're going to enter your password, and it's going to go ahead and download a bunch of repositories. So we'll see it's looking for Google Chrome repository to install Chrome. We have some Ubuntu things. We have Steam powered for Steam, stuff like that. Now, the first thing is Google Chrome. Do you want to have Google Chrome installed? So this is why
That
it's
is a
okay as long as
personal
you're reading
choice,
it.
Tom.
You can say yes or no. So if you use Netflix, Amazon Video, or play games on Facebook, you will probably need Chrome, but beware that Chrome may be tracked by Prism. Google Chrome only works on 64-bit systems. All right. LibreOffice is the next thing it asks you about. I'm just going to push no on most of these just to save our time. NVIDIA or ATI. So if you are running NVIDIA or ATI graphics cards, you can install that. And then do you want to install Steam games? So if you guys are gamers, want to install Steam, you're going to want to do that. Mozilla SeaMonkey. I didn't actually see SeaMonkey in the option the first time. But
Yeah, that's a nifty little tool we use to make our website.
nice. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to play around with that sometime. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then we get a final thank you for using it. May Jesus bless you. And you can actually say yes or no to making a donation directly on there as well.
And we do encourage that for those who can donate to us because we need extra help.
Yeah.
A lot.
And then the final thing in the script is going to boot up this this page here.
Yeah, if you say no, then it congratulates you on having free software.
Yes, of course. But we do encourage people to make us a couple bucks, just whatever you can give us, because we would love it if people can do that, because we can't keep doing this for no price forever.
Correct. Yep. That is absolutely correct. So
But
this is a new desktop to have a look at, and I encourage you guys to go and at least grab a copy of it. Yep, go ahead.
Right. I was going to say that we would like help from anyone who has web development experience to help spruce up the site a little bit for those who want to help out.
All right, we can talk too.
Yeah, Tom, that would be wonderful. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's see. So, any other final thoughts or any other final things here before we close down JULinux?
I'll let Justin handle that because I think I've said pretty much all that I want to say.
The only thing I think we could say is just kind of repetition is if anybody out there wants to help us do a GUI for the terminal, if anyone wants to give us feedback on what they'd like to see included as an option, especially for new users and that sort of thing, definitely open to it. We have a mailing list on the SourceForge site. It's Ultimix or whatever. It's our old name. And we can discuss stuff in there. If anybody needs help, anybody needs support, you know. And one of the great things with this, I can honestly say, once I show this to somebody, it's so intuitive, they usually don't ask for support. But they'd say, yep, I'm using it now, and that's it. So
where's the mailing list link at?
It's actually on our SourceForge page.
Okay, so we're going to head to SourceForge first.
Yeah, it's on the JULinux SourceForge page.
Download.
Yeah. We need to get that updated to just use Linux, Justin.
Okay.
At some point.
I can't. They actually won't do that. SourceForge won't change that.
Okay, so I'm using this, and there's the get updates link. Is that it?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I probably should just put a link to the mailing list on the website, but
yeah, we need to do that for sure.
I think it's under discussion tab, or no, mailing list. There's a mailing list tab. There it is.
Yeah, there's one there.
Yeah, I'll just make a link to that on the website. I've been updating it while I've been listening to you guys, so.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, that is JULinux, and I think what we're going to do is I'm going to jump off the Hangouts call, but if you guys want to hang out in the chat and see if there's any questions, I'm going to go through the questions in the chat.
And STS Tech said he's going to most likely wipe elementary and install this.
All right, very good.
Cool. He wants a link to get the donations, Justin.
Who does?
STS Tech in the chat.
Okay, well there should be a.
Ben, I think you are a mod, Ben. So go ahead and grab that link and post it.
Let me look for it. Give me a minute.
I'll just send it to you. I got the link right here.
Yeah, send it to me on Facebook or something.
All right.
Here, I sent it to Google Hangout.
I'm going to hang up on the Hangouts right now, and I'm going to go back through and finish reading through the comments. So if you guys can feel free to chime in on the comments where you see appropriate. And looks like I'll be here for a little while. We have a lot of comments, so we'll kind of hang out until the end here. And Mitchell asks, I gotta have one final question: what distro would Jesus use?
That's a good question.
Wouldn't he use?
That is a good question.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, Ben, and thanks, Justin, for jumping on the call, and just
Not a problem.
see if
Till
there's any
next
other
time.
feedback. So
Oh yeah. One more
I'll
thing.
release this video probably. I might release this one tomorrow at some point in time. So.
Yeah, whenever, man.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
And by the way,
Thank
I
you.
have one more thing, Tom.
Yep.
There's a great gaming distro that you might want to take a look at. It's called whatchamacallit? It's called Ubuntu Game Pack by JULinux.org. That's one you should definitely look at when you get a chance.
Okay. Well, I'll see if I can look at it.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. We'll see ya.
Yeah.
All right. And I gotta get that out. And hey, Justin, if you want to catch up any other time, shoot me a message. All right.
Okay, I'm not sure how to contact you, but
Just switch to linux.com. Use my contact form. Ben will get you my email address too. So.
okay. All right. Well, thanks so much.
All right. Well, we'll see you, and God bless, man.
All right. God bless you.
All right. Awesome. I need to get more. I need to get more developers up on the show in the future. That sounds good. If I'm reviewing distros, maybe I'll try and get developers on. Right? All right. Times when the sky is clear, I can see Mars. Is Mars up right now? I know Jupiter and Saturn are up right now. Well, at least for us in the northern hemisphere. I'm not sure if. I'm not sure about the y'all down under, but is the primarily a UI tweak, or is there something under the hood that would help Windows users switch? It looks as though it's primarily a lot of UI stuff. I wish I would have saw some of these questions when they were still on. Maybe Ben is still on, that he can leave a message there. All right. Something 1999, good branding though. All right. Not good branding though. All right. What distro would Jesus use? Hey, he would just use Linux or Linux Mint. One of those two. I'm not sure. Issue would still be on Mac. Would have never gone full Linux. I'm glad I did though. Still prefer Linux over Mac. Yep. Hearing them reminds me of when we were out late with our friends. Bring back the fun memories. Yep. Okay. I think the link to the website. I think Ben's gonna drop in a link to. I'll drop one in there too, but website reminds me of MS Front Page. Yeah. Design a site for him. I'll see what my time looks like. Endeavors, but the install failed so bad they said it failed. Cover in the terminal. It's gonna hop on, but no link on the supporter page. Oh no, it's that was just for the developers of JULinux. And 50 acres. Tomorrow will be a supporter stream. Today was just the developers for JULinux. Tomorrow, supporter stream. Mark. All right, 50 acres woods ran around. JULinux still bloated mess? No, it's not. It's like 1.1 gig, I think. Be a gamer version. Not sure. Ben, is there going to be a gamer version? You've got a Linux virus. Which one? Not sure. Okay. Looks very Windows XP. Yeah, it does look like older Windows, that's for sure. Concrete jungles of Manhattan now. Ugh. Ooh, I'm sorry, man. Here's essentially it's easy to follow. You can skip the endpoint manager video though. Oh, hello, buddy. How are you? Hello, people. All right, let's see. Hosted business VoIP to save money. Okay, someone who prides themselves on customer service, which amazes me because they were great in the past. Yeah, terrible now, yeah. I don't even have a desk phone. More likely purchase one once I'm refunded, yep. Talk about using JULinux in a mixed LAN. Will it print easily to Windows printers or Windows machines easily access Samba shares? Since it's based on Ubuntu Mate, probably, because all those things are things that Ubuntu Mate would do very well. Question to Justin and Ben, is it better to run a game server than Debian 9? Don't know. I should have kept them on a little bit longer, shouldn't I have? JULinux has been developed for a while, so it's available now. This is just, I think they just released the latest ones within a couple weeks ago, I think. Designed exclusively for desktops. Yes, 32 and 64-bit. All right, installing JULinux in a VM, very good. Yeah, the install was very painless. It was just the Ubuntu installer, so it was very good. Yep, a lot of Christians here. That's good. That's good. We need a lot of them. All right, Xiphos is actually Greek for sword, so it fits the app. Yep, wielding the sword of the Spirit. I need to do a video on the app. Okay. Hey, Kitty, please don't knock my monitor over. Kitty's over here like, dude, I'm just going to, like, knock the monitors over and stuff because it sounds like it's kind of fun. Not quite sure what he's doing, but he's having fun. Look at that guy. Issue I've had with Xiphos, when I go to install modules, it makes the window bigger than my monitor and puts the install button off the screen. Uh-oh. Very cool stream. Best one yet. Well, thank you, STS Tech. And thank you for that super chat. Okay. Never went to the Union route. Guess I wasn't in the cards for me. Okay, let's see. New to Linux, can I install it easy? Yes. The JULinux installer, it was is it called the Ubiquity installer? I think it's Ubuntu's installer, which is one of the easiest Linux installers to use. Definitely an easy one to use. Yep. Sonic Joshua can work in HTML sites of experience with Angular and Vue. Okay. Benjamin got the same. So maybe it's a VirtualBox thing. So test out in a VirtualBox and see if that works. Last Hangout chat ever. Doesn't die tomorrow, starting August 1st. I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow, won't we? Oh. Excellent. Always helpful to understand a distro better when questions can be asked by the developers in real time. Yeah, I'll need to get some developers on more shows in the future. That sounds like an excellent one. Excellent thing to do. Jesus would use Arch. The drive was unformatted and void, and then God said, "Backstrap dash IMD." JULinux. Jesus uses Linux. There you go. Like an alpha stage, not yet cooked. No, I think it just uses the Ubuntu Mate theme. Hey, cat, you like, dude, this cat. Look at this. This is cat. You're killing me, cat. You're killing me. You're killing me. Ugh. I actually brushed 4 cats off my other cat the other day. I literally, after brushing her, I had a pile of fur as big as the cat herself. It was crazy. It is like shedding season. Oh, man. And it's hot and muggy in here. Woo! Errors due to the config file being set up for the owner user. As long as your user is owner, everything should be fine. All right. Into Kodashi OS. I have not. Let me have a look at what Kodashi OS looks like. Copy Kodashi. Paste. CJ is molting. Yes. Get a dog. No. I am not a fan of dogs. Linux Kodashi. Ooh, that looks fascinating. Debian's Ubuntu. Okay, so Kodashi is another one that's going to run all of your network traffic through Tor. So I'll have to look at it. Don't like Debian Package Manager. Gave this machine 10 gigs of RAM. I forgot to give it more cores. Yep. I had an issue running it actually on my Arch computer, mostly because that computer only has 6 gigs of RAM total. This one has 16, so I can give computers a lot more RAM in this one. 16 in this? I forget. I think 16 in this. All right. Love animals even more than Linux. Yep. Right, kitty? You want some kitty treats. You want some kitty treats. It's time for kitty treats, huh? Oh, don't moon everybody. Oh, CJ, don't moon everybody. Come on. Let me see the cute part of you, not the ugly part of you. Okay. I don't have anything in my hand. Over here. Over here, dummy. In the bag. In the bag. There's nothing in my hand. In the bag. Do something cute. See some paw action. See some paw action, buddy. See some paw action. Oh, we got the paw. There it is. Oh, that's it. Are the finger looking good? Yeah, their finger looking good? They are. Yeah. That's it, buddy. You got your 3. You got your 3. Now, you can hang out with us or you can go away, kitty. Either one. Hope we hang out, though. Ugh. All right. Defensive security Ubuntu-based distro. All right. Looks like, whoa. The cat. The cat. Woo! Man, that cat's fuzzy. Alright. 4 gigs of RAM or less should work. Yeah, I was due 3 and it froze out the computer on my other machine, so. Make your computer great again, yep. 32 gigs of RAM and ThinkPad 8 threads, so I can afford resources. It doesn't prompt me to give it more cores, yep. Didn't Stallman proclaim he was a saint? I have no idea. Cute cat, why thank you. And he says meow. Turned toe jam into a snack food. It was a miracle. Oh. HDD platter Halo. Well, that turned degenerate very quickly. All right, guys. I think we are going to jump off for the night. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Tomorrow we will have a supporter stream. Should be our usual time, which is 7 o'clock. And so with that being said, thanks for hanging out. And I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.